Okay, so I decided to go ahead and give y'all a review on this because this episode was a little bit better than last week's. However, I'm not doing no live anymore on this particular show, only pre-records. So we're gonna go ahead and get into this review. Okay, so let's get into it, y'all. And what's good, you guys? It's with your boy, Scattered by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new review of Love and Marriage Huntsville, y'all. I think the season is almost over. I think we have 2 more episodes before we get to the damn reunion. God, I'm so happy to hear that. Oh my God. So goddamn happy. Anyway, before we get into today's review, let's talk about what we got coming up this week, okay? Now, tomorrow night is the Whether You Like It or Not panel, which we will be talking about nothing but Housewives of Potomac, and it will be on Giving You the Real Teas platform tomorrow night at 9:15 Eastern Time. So make sure you guys tune in for the live tomorrow. Like I said, we'll be on T's page, and we're going to get it cracking, okay? We're going to get it cracking over there as we always do, all right? Also, on Saturday, it is Boys Night Out, okay? It's Saturday night for Boys Night Out, okay? We pushing it back to Saturdays now. So Saturday night, we're going to be tuned in to Boys Night Out. Hopefully all 5 of us are able to show up. But you know what we give on Boys Night Out. It's always some laughter. It's always some shade, some informative stuff. We're going to get it popping as we always do. So that is Saturday night. But earlier that day on Saturday morning, however, it will be Young, Fresh, and New featuring Beasley Says, okay? It will be him, and we'll be talking about him as an up-and-coming content creator, as well as a person that watched my videos in the past, someone that I've met, and someone that I'm growing a relationship with right now, friendship with right now. So we're gonna have us a good time chatting on Young, Fresh, and New. And a week from today, be sure to tune in for Who Was Wrong, featuring the Brooke Ashley, as we talk about the beef between Candace versus Mia. So that's all we got coming up this week on my platform as well as other platforms. So now we're gonna go ahead and get into this review, okay? So we started off with the very beginning with Tisha and Martel. That's what we started off with. Now, apparently it's supposed to be a date day. You know what I mean? But it's a date day, but you having the date at your restaurant when you could just go on and take her somewhere else. You know what I mean? Marcel was cheap. Marcel don't want to do shit, but do the bare minimum and say, oh, here we go. I did it. Here we go. That ain't no damn date. I don't know what the fuck that is, but it ain't no damn date. And Tisha just eats it all up. She takes it and runs with it. She eats it all up. And I just think that that's ridiculous. She shouldn't have to just stand for or accept just know anything. She should be, I don't need this. Give me something else. But, so Marcel tells her that he got a meeting with Mel. She's going to stop by the restaurant and stuff like that. He texts her about a meeting. So then Letitia instantly gets upset. Now, before I saw this episode, I was looking at T's review because he went live last night as I was sitting in the car outside of Bonefish Grill because I was headed to my cousin's birthday dinner last night, and I saw a lot of people in the comment section basically saying that Tisha is jealous. And they would kept on saying that Tisha is jealous of Mel, all because Marcel used the term jealous wife. When I hear Marcel used the term jealous wife, I don't see it as though Tisha is jealous of Mel. I just feel like she's a jealous wife, meaning she don't want him texting no other woman. I think it don't even have to be Mel. She needs to know what woman he's texting. He needs to run it by her. That's what you call a jealous wife. And I'm over the notion of because someone doesn't like somebody, that necessarily means that they're jealous. I really don't think that Tisha is jealous of Mel. I feel like Mel is not the only one on the show that got something going on. Now, she's the only one on the show that is, really taking the platform and going to another level with it. I could say that. But she's not the only one on this show with money. And a lot of people like to throw out the whole jealousy factor. She's jealous. She's jealous. She's jealous. I don't think everybody's jealous of Mel. Sometimes folks just don't like each other, okay? Because I would never say that Mel is jealous of Tisha. Why? Why would she be jealous of Tisha? She just don't like her ass. And there's just the facts. Like some people just don't like folks. And that's it. And that's what I think this is with them two. I think that they just seriously don't like each other. And that's fucking okay. They ain't gotta like each other. Like, it's not that serious. It ain't that deep. They ain't gotta like each other. You know what I mean? They don't. You know what I mean? So it's just like, girl, nah, I don't really see it as them being, jealous of somebody else. I really don't see it like that. I don't really believe that they're just completely jealous, of. Well, I don't think that Tisha is completely jealous of Melody. I just don't believe that. I just think that they just don't like each other, and that's just it. So, but Letitia is showing her insecurity though. You know what I mean? And this don't even just stop with Mel. This goes for any situation. She seems like the type of person that wants to monitor whatever Marceau does with another woman, which makes the allegations against him sound believable because of the way that she acts. And it makes me believe, you know what I mean? Is the rumors about him messing with another woman is part of the reason why she doesn't trust him texting another woman. You know what I mean? And another thing is, at the same point in time, though, you got to think about it this way. Mel did say that Tisha was her enemy. So I think that Marceau owed Tisha that respect to say, I'm finna meet up with Mel. Mel coming up here. We gonna talk about the situation with Mark. You know what I mean? Like, we gonna talk about it. Like, if you was gonna do that, you could have just told her. You know what I mean? Because Marceau does a lot of things that he knows would get under her skin. And he knows that he do things that he knows that Tisha not gonna fuck with. And he runs and he do shit like this. I'm going to text your enemy, a person that you can't stand. I'm gonna text that person. I'm gonna invite this person over here, to our restaurant so we can have a one-on-one conversation. You feel what I'm saying? I'm going to invite her over here, and then we're going to have a conversation. Fuck what you got to say about it. We're going to have a conversation about it. Although this woman hates my wife's guts and my wife hates her guts, I'm going to sneak and have a conversation with her behind your back. That ain't the way it works. That ain't the way it works. And I think he knows that Tisha is insecure, and I feel like he plays on her insecurity quite a bit. I think he knows that he can get up under her skin. And that's whack as fuck if that's what he's doing. Like, if you really just doing it just to get up under her skin, then that's whack as hell. And you know that it's whack as hell, like, period. But Tisha was over it. She was over it. She said, look, I'm just going to go get my kids and I'm going to spend the rest of my day with my kids. Like, I don't want to sit down and talk to you because you don't respect me. But Tisha, he been not respecting you. He wasn't respecting you from the very beginning of the show. He has this caveman ass mentality, and he thinks that women are supposed to be the backbone, doing everything that they're supposed to do, like cook, clean, sit at home all day while he go out and make the bread and bring home the bacon while you sit around and fold clothes all day. That's what he been wanting you to do. He don't respect you. He don't give a fuck about your feelings. He has shown time and time again that he don't care about your feelings, and you should already know this already. So I don't even know why you sitting up here playing with me and why you pretend like you don't fucking know. Girl, you know what the deal is. You know what's going on. You know he don't give a fuck about your feelings, girl. You know he don't. You know he don't. So what's the tea with that? You already know. So I don't think it's really a Melody thing. I just think that she's insecure all the way around. And even if it wasn't Melody, I felt like she would have had this reaction. But I know some of y'all might not agree with that. Some of y'all really believe that everybody's jealous of Melody, but I don't. I really don't believe that. I think that she would act that way regardless if it was Melody or not. She probably would have done it if it was Destiny. Who knows? Like, it's with any woman. And that's why he called her a jealous wife, because that's the way she acts. And I felt like that jealous wife comment set her off in a sense. Okay. So then we get with Martel and Chris Fletcher. So Martel is getting ready to launch his wine, the NS wine. I don't know why I used to always think that wine said incest. I really don't know why I used to think that it said that, but child, no. But it's NS wine. And he had the situation in Atlanta with everybody, being there and stuff like that, all those women at the place and stuff like that. And then, he kind of pissed his uncle off about about the whole situation. So he said, hopefully him and his uncle are on a better page, and by that being in Huntsville, he wants his uncle to be there, to egg him on, cheer him on, or whatever. So then they started talking about the trip to Florida. And, he told Chris Fletcher that, we went on a trip to Florida. It was me, Melody, our mothers, the kids, we all went there as a family. And, he was basically saying that she knows that I don't want her and I know that she don't want me. And I'll be really focusing on is co-parenting. And then, Chris was like, you really just fucked up my dreams with that whole thing. And then, Martel was like, I know that a lot of people want me and Mel to be back together, but right now we just need to focus on what's more important, and that's co-parenting with the kids. And my thing is, I really don't like when people be trying to push these toxic ass relationships on people. Melody ain't with that man for a reason. Martel disrespected her to the highest degree. Martel made her look like a complete clown. He humiliated her. He disrespected her. And he did not have any qualms about disrespecting her either. And that's why she don't want to deal with him no more. And that should be it. She don't want to fuck with him no more. And everybody should understand that. But everybody want to keep on pushing this notion that she should be back with this man. Why do y'all think that she needs to be back with a man that's an emotional ass manipulator and someone that's mentally draining and someone that's mentally abusive to her? You know what I mean? Like, y'all know what type of time Martel on, so why would the fuck would y'all be talking about is crushing your dreams? I hate that bullshit. I get it. When you used to people being together for a long period of time, it's hard to see them not be with that person. I understand that, but it's not about you and how you feel. It's about Melody and how she feels at this point. Martel has already shown his Uno cards already. He's already shown that he's not trustworthy. He's not good enough to be with her, and that's just it. That's really it. You know what I mean? He's already shown himself already. So it's like, girl, like, no, we ain't got time for that bullshit. We just don't. Like, we already know what he's about. We already know what type of time he on. We already know what he's giving. Don't nobody want to be with no man like that where you have to constantly look over your shoulder and constantly question yourself and question him and how he really feels about you and all this other stuff. We already know that Martel is really not worth her time or effort anyway. So fuck all this. My dreams are crushed and I really want a child to be back together. It ain't about y'all. It's about them, and they are not good for each other. They're just not good for each other, and everybody got to figure that out, understand that, and keep it pushing. They're not good for each other. They're not good for each other. Like, get over it, move on, shut up, and just go about your business with it, because they're not good for one another. They're just not. They're just not. And I hate for people to try to push that shit on them. Like, y'all need to get back together. Y'all need to get. No, they don't. No, they don't. They don't. He's already shown why they don't need to be together. So then Chris obviously got issues with Marceau about this whole Atlanta trip and how he tried to implicate him in this whole Atlanta trip scandal that happened a couple of years ago. And he feel like he needs to have a word with Marceau about it because he really didn't appreciate it. And all of this other stuff, he felt like, he was like, well, you know what, I don't appreciate it. Like he really tried to put me in this shit and blah, 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 which he did. He did try to put him in the trial and all this stuff, trying to use him as an alibi as a sense. To me, that's what I think. And then, he said that Mel is invited to the wine event. He feels like since they was on that trip together, it should be okay for Mel to be invited to this to this event because it's something big for him. That family trip kind of opened up the doors for them to be more supportive of one another. So he just want to be supportive of, want Melody to be supportive of him to see what he got going on. He brought the kids to her thing even on his week. So, he just want her to be supportive of him, But I think that y'all are moving too fast with this shit. I mean, y'all just got back cool. So inviting you on a trip wasn't really the best decision, and you inviting her to your event ain't no good decision either. And she obviously don't want to go. Ain't got no intentions on going no damn way. You know what? Let me say something real quick. Let me say something real quick. And I know this ain't got nothing to do with this show. Nothing to do with this show. But I just felt like I needed to say something because I commented on this just the other day. Now, shout out to another content creator by the name of Deep Conversations with Sean, right? So I saw her post, and one of her posts on her community wall was basically like a comment that was made by a deluded as LAMH fan whom has come over to my page, Josiah page, T page, and attacked us many and many a times, You know what I mean? And she was saying that Martel is protected by the LGBT community. And I'm just like, girl, what the fuck are you talking about? We don't fucking like Martel either. What are you talking about? When has anybody ever heard me defend Martel? This is why a lot of us are backing away from Love and Marriage Huntsville. This is why Rosa Review was no longer. This is why I don't care if I put out a LAMH review or not. It comes whenever it fucking comes. That's why I don't go live about the show no more. That's why I don't even want to talk about it on Yes for the Mess no more. Because of people like that. You feel what I'm saying? Like you're not allowed to have an opinion. You know, you're not allowed to really, you know, state your case and speak your mind. You have to be on one side, and that's Melody's side. You can't just look at it from all sides. Like, for example, I can sit up here and say that I admire Melody as a businesswoman, but soon as she does something that I find questionable and I question it on a review, now I'm a woman hater and then I'm supporting Martel. That's some bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? That's one of the reasons why I have slowed down with this show. I don't know if I'm gonna pick it up in the future. I want to finish out the season, but I don't know. You know, I'd rather just review Love and Marriage DC and try to get that a second chance, because this show right here, I can't. These fans is too much. You would think they get paid to do what they do, but I actually get paid to talk about Melody and everybody else. Child. So anyway, Mel and Marceau, they have a conversation about this Mark thing. Melody doesn't really want to have no conversation about Mark. She feels like, you know, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm not here to talk about that. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Melody came in with an attitude, child. And, you know, it's just like, I feel like she really wasn't with this whole conversation. I mean, I really don't know, but the whole vibe was just, I don't know. It's, child, like, to me, it's like, this is why the show isn't that enjoyable to me, because it's pretty clear that these people really don't like each other, and it's obvious, and it makes it uncomfortable to watch. But she was basically saying that she, even though she didn't really give a fuck, in so many words, she didn't really give a damn. But, you know, she appreciated Marceau for really, you know, stepping up and, you know, doing what was right, I guess. That's what she said, doing what was right. You feel me? She said doing what was right, child. That's what she said, doing what was right. So I guess she was okay with it. And, you know, the meeting went well in her opinion, you know. But Melody wasn't feeling that meeting. In my opinion, she really wasn't feeling that meeting. It's just like, yeah, I'm there to get my check. I'm there for my airtime. That's what I'm here for. I'm not really here to have this conversation for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really care about this conversation. I don't really want to talk about this shit, but I'm here to talk about it. I'm here to have this conversation. I'm here to do this. I'm here to do that. So fuck all that. I'm here to talk. I'm gonna sit down and be with this bitch ass nigga for this check and for this airtime. That's all this is. That's really what it comes across as. And at this point, she don't enjoy doing this show. Something got to be done, child. But you know, to each is fucking own, honey. So we better go ahead and go on to the next thing. So let me look at my notes again, okay? So now it's time for the original 6 dinner. They start talking about the Florida trip and stuff like that. And they was talking about how they was in Pensacola and Mel and Martel was in Destin, and they came by, and, you know, her and Mel were, you know, chit-chatting, playing games. You know, it was going back to old times. But my thing with Letitia is, one minute she act like she can't stand Mel, and then the next minute, it was back to old times again. It was back to old times again. And see, my thing of it was, I feel like Marceau probably felt like he could talk to Mel because they had a decent time when they was in Destin. And, you know, Letitia and Melody were having good conversation. So that's probably why, you know, Marceau probably felt like he could go and talk to Melody. You know what I mean? Because Letitia act like she was cordial, doing this, doing that. But I don't know. Letitia and Mel get on my nerves. Both of them equally get on my nerves, and I never know where neither one of them ever stands, honestly. They asked if Kimmy was okay. Kimmy said she's at a point to where she doesn't cry every time she talks about it, and she's getting better with it, and, you know, she's just gonna ride this thing out. So then, Letitia brings up Mel and Marcel's meeting, and she says that this is a woman that said that I am her enemy. And I just didn't feel like Marcel should have been talking to her. You know what I mean? I just feel like he shouldn't have been, talking to her, doing this, doing that, all this other stuff. So Kimmy said, well, I would have liked, if it were me, I would have wanted a heads up. And I'm like, Kimmy, like, it don't make me insecure. I just would have liked the heads up. And I feel like Tisha not wrong for wanting no heads up. I mean, this is a person that don't like your wife. This is a person that said this woman is her enemy. Like, that's her adversary. So it is what it is. She, I don't necessarily see nothing wrong with the way she feels, but I do think that Tisha puts 20 on 10 a lot. And instead of just making her point, she makes herself look like a complete clown. So I think that's where she went wrong with it. Martel comes in. They start asking him if he dating Sheree. He want to be all type lipped about it. But Sheree already talked about it on TMZ. Then Mel arrived. And then, Martel invited Mel to the wine event. And she said she got to check her schedule. When she said she got to check her schedule, I was like, oh my God. Like, are you serious? She got to check her schedule. Girl, it's either a yes or a no. Just say you don't want to go. Mel, you ain't got to be all dramatic and all that other dumb shit. I have to check my schedule. That passive aggressive shit. Mel, you don't want to go. So just say that you don't want to go. Just say that. Just say, this ain't what I want to do. This ain't my kind of party. I don't want to go. Just say that, and ain't nothing wrong with that. That's all I'm saying. You ain't got to be passive aggressive and say, I have to check my schedule. Just say I don't want to go. It's just that simple. So then Mel was saying, it's funny how he wanted to invite me somewhere, but he was just going around telling his baby mama, she talking about Ariane, telling his baby mama about my medical information. And instead of just saying, the kids was around somebody who had COVID, you got to let her know that it was me. And you know what? I'm not even mad with Melody for being mad about that, because you know what? You know exactly what happened after he told her that. He told Ariane that, and Ariane took her ass right over there to social media and decided that it was a good idea for her to go and tell everybody that would listen what was going on, when she didn't even have to do that. She didn't even have that for to do, but she decided to do that. And I was just like, yeah, she got a right to be mad. That's probably why she was giving him attitude about it. So I ain't even mad with her about that, like I was when I first saw it. But I was just like, just say you don't want to do it. But I get why she didn't want to say too much, because she was in front of mixed company. So that's why she didn't want to do all that. But yeah, she got a point. Then Kimmy reveals that she got breast cancer. That was Martel and Melly's first time hearing about it. They show her a whole lot of love. She said that was one of the reasons why she wanted to have this comeback group dinner, just so they can, laugh and talk like old times, and, just do the things that they used to do. Cause you never know, just having like sentimental conversation. So, Melody showed Kimmy a whole lot of love, so did Martel, and it was a pretty nice moment. I can say that. So this episode was pretty decent. I can tell you that much. It was better than last week's episode, because I just refused to review last week's episode, period. I was not going to put myself through the drama and the misery of any of that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this review. So be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on that notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. If you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok will be down below. With that being said, you guys, your boys out here. Until my next video, I will talk to you guys a little bit later. Bye, y'all.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Tremel. I just wanted to say that I have a new project that's out. It's called Mixed Feelings. It's on all streaming platforms. I would hope that you would go and check it out. It's a really good feel of an album. It's got everything you need and more. It's got R&B, it's got a little bit of pop, it's got a little bit of hip hop. It's everything that you need and more. It's out all streaming platforms, like I said. Please check me out, and you can also follow me at IAM_Tremel. That's IAM_TRAMEL. Check me out. I hope to hear from you.